In this video, you will learn how to draw Boxy Boo, and it is surprisingly easy. And I'm certain you will be proud of your final drawing. However, if you aren't proud of it, then let me know, and I will forever live in shame for being a bad teacher. And I'll give you an apology in the video description below. So let's begin with the eyes. That is often the best place to start. Let's make some circles. Then we need to make some curved lines for his pupils, and some circles for the highlights in the eye. Next up, we are doing his giant square head. And then this little knob, that is like the mouth hinge or something. Then we go down for this huge jaw. Make the bordering line to show the thickness of the jaw. Then we do the actual jawline of our friend. Little separator here. Now we have to draw these small triangles to show his menacing teeth. We can spread them out unevenly. Then we got to do the same for the lower teeth. Here we can see some of his gums too. Let me tell you a funny joke I heard while we draw the teeth. How does the ocean say hi? It waves. How about this one? What's the smartest insect? I'll let you think about that one a little before I tell you the answer. Back to the teeth. Like so, then a curved line for his throat opening. Next, we move on to the lid of his box. It is standing straight up as his head has popped up. Then we do the borderline to show the lid's thickness. Moving on to the box opening for his head. And also here, we show the box thickness. Next, we draw the box. And we make some cutouts for the arms. Not forgetting to show the thickness of the box. We make the openings for the arms on the other side too. Then we draw the rod for the wind-up thingy and its handle. We finish up the box. Then we do the star he has on his chest. Then we move on to his hands. We draw the fingers. Then his thumb. Now we get to do the stringy arms. Spiraling all the way down to the hand. Then we close off the hand, closing off the box behind the cutout for the arms. Then we move on to the other hand. We draw out all the fingers, making them three-dimensional. Then we make his finger claws in a triangle shape, but curved to show their angle. Then we finish off the fingers. Then we have the other springy arm, spiraling all the way down to connect to the hand. Finish off the openings for that arm. Then we can't forget the finger claws for the other hand. Next up, we do the square feet, drawing a box and leaving room for the toe claws. We do the toe claws. 3 of them. Close off the foot box. Move over to the other side for the other foot. A box here too. And 3 toe claws here as well. Closing off the foot box. Then we give his spiraling legs. All the way down to connect to the foot. Then we do the same for the other leg. Connecting to the foot. And that is the line art done. The next step is the coloring. We start with the black parts, starting with his eyes. Then the top opening of the box. And then also the sidearm opening. Now let's take the red marker and do the red parts, starting with his head. And the whole of his lower jaw part. Then we'll do his hands. So the answer to what's the smartest insect is a spelling bee. How about this one? Which superhero hits home runs? Stay tuned for the answer. Then we continue to color his feet with the same red. Not forgetting the side of his foot here. Then we pick the blue marker and start doing the box. Around the star. Next up, we get the yellow marker and color the top lid, the handle, then the star on his chest. Next, we pick up the pink marker for the inside of his mouth. And the handle as well. And that is the coloring done. Next up, we can make him pop some extra with some shading and highlights. Let's grab the iPad for that. Let's choose a darker shade of red to color the side of his head. We use the same shade of red for the side of his jaw. His thumb is in the shade, so we make it darker, as well as the side of his finger closest to us. Then on the other hand, we can shade the tips of his fingers that are away from the light source. And the in-between the fingers would be in shade as well. Then his foot with the side away from the light source. And on his other foot, we shade the same plane facing away. Then his head would cast a shadow on the lid, so we choose a darker shade there. And shading half his star would give some added depth and give the illusion of him standing slightly angled. Then the brim of the top of the box would be shaded, as well as the sides of the arm openings. Finally, the inside of his mouth would be darker. Then we can't forget the claws on the hands and feet. And that's it for the shading. The final step is adding some highlights for the finishing touches. We can add a highlight across the edge of the head, and also a highlight across the edge of the jaw. Then we can add some subtle highlight on the box edge, and some subtle highlights across the star. Then we put some highlights across the hand and fingers. A little highlight on the other hand to make it pop a little, and then finally a little on the feet. And there we go, our favorite scary toy, Boxy Boo. And if you want to keep on learning how to draw, check out this video of how to draw Blue from Rainbow Friends. Amazingly simple. Or if you just want the answer to the joke, which superhero hits home runs,